Blame yourself.
Okay. Hey Albert, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good, John. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, man. I'm good.
Awesome. Well, I watched Dear David yesterday. I absolutely loved it. I was so floored because I kept making me wonder what's going to happen next. And it reminded me of a couple other of these type of movies where it had like the internet as like the villain, if you will. And overall, this was an amazing film.
Oh, thanks, dude. No, I'm delighted that you really liked it.
So my first question is, how did you get involved with the project?
Producer of of one of my producer I'd worked with on Anna and the Apocalypse, Nathan Carew. He was working with Buzzfeed on a couple of projects, and he says, "Oh, they've got this horror script. I think you might really dig it." And I got it, and I was like, "I know this story. I remember this happening." Pitched for it and was lucky able to get it.
That's awesome. And this had a great cast. I mean, Augustus Prew was awesome as Adam. Justin Long, his role was kind of more comedic. He was all like the over endearing boss. He was just like, I thought he brought some comic relief to the more, otherwise tension filled aspect of the film. And, you know, overall, I mean, this is a great cast. What was it like working with them?
Oh no, it was a brilliant cast, and I was so lucky. Like Augustus was an absolute legend. Like he loved this project because he could see a lot of himself in this, and he suffers from like sleep paralysis, and so he was right in and on board with this, and just come running onto set every day with just so much enthusiasm. And then like I love Andrea Bang. Sorry, that's my dog. I love Andrea Bang. I've got her in like so many like pitch decks for like different projects and stuff as like a prototype. So I've always wanted to work with her, and she was so funny, so sweet. Like the just one of the loveliest people. Justin Long, like I grew up watching Justin Long. Do you know what I mean? So to have him on set, just cracking everybody up, and again, he was such a lovely guy. And like that for me, the find of the century was Trisha Black. She's like so funny, so funny, and just had us cracking up all the time.
That's awesome. Well, one thing I really liked was that the spirit of David like starts messing with Adam in terms of messing like hacking into his phone and then getting on his laptop and making all this stuff happen. And that reminded me of a movie, like I know a lot of people panned it, but I mean, I'm one who liked it, called Friend Request, where it was
Yeah.
and that it reminded me of that aspect where you kind of get someone upset, you try to figure out what's going on, and as the mystery continues, they're still making life hell basically for the protagonist. And that's what this reminded me of. But I mean, I know this was based on a whole story with BuzzFeed, but still, I mean, just seeing this is exciting like subgenre to watch in terms of the horror genre, in my opinion.
No, thanks, dude. Like I the feel like the internet, the villainous internet, like because of the because it was on Twitter, because of all that, like it felt like it really should have an integral part to the story and part to it. So no, it was a lot of fun.
So how long did production take on it, and were there any challenges that you faced during production? 'Cause I know a lot of indie films go through some sort of challenge, but what were yours on this one?
It was a um, five. It was 5 day weeks. So it was like this wasn't an indie. It was a studio. So BuzzFeed and Lionsgate, BuzzFeed sort of taking the sort of lead on it. And yeah, we had 25 days, 5 day weeks in Toronto. And yeah, no, like it's like everything. You always have, you know, difficult days. You've got sort of say easy days, but like days that are a bit easier than others. But like I was really lucky with the crew. I had an amazing crew, who worked so hard and were so talented, and and so much fun as well. Like to sort of to work with. So even when it was like a really hard day, you've got a great cast, you've got a great crew, everybody's just like, motoring through and as I say, enjoying ourselves while we're doing it. Even when the chips are down and it's, the pressure's on, we were still, enjoying ourselves.
Yeah, and the special effects in the film were great too. You know, it looked like some of it was practical, some of it was visual as well. And I thought overall, I mean, the really haunting scene where we learned the truth about who David was and where he came from, it was just that was just mind blowing to me because when we get that backstory, I think it added more to that mystique of, but it makes you wonder why is he haunting people now on the internet for, you know, I guess it's like in some sort of retaliation for what's happened, but it's some aspect I do like the mystique that it's kind of like you can ask two questions, but if you ask a third, you're in serious trouble. I that's quite an amazing concept, and you know that reminds me of these other films like Wish Upon, where you know, or
Yeah.
Wishmaster, you know, make your wish, but you're gonna have the consequences. So just you know, for those on the internet, just be careful what you wish for, because you know you're gonna there could be some consequences.
Actually, it was on my shelf. I was like, I need to rewatch that.
That's awesome. So with that said, what's next for you after now that Dear David's in the can? Is there any new projects that you're working on that you can talk about?
I'm shooting a family film for Sky. That's going ahead. Start prepping in January, shooting in March. So I'm doing that with Sky and a company, an American company called Double Nickel. They've just got a film that's come out called The Burial, with Jimmy Fox and Tommy Lee Jones.
That's awesome. Well, Dear David will be out on Friday, October 13th, and perfect day for it to come out. And those who love these internet horror flicks, you know, where the internet gets involved, it has a major impact in it. This is a film to check out. And John, thank you once again for taking the time to talk about it.
No, my pleasure, dude. My pleasure.
All right, you take care and have a good day.
Everybody, take care.
All right.